Hey! Hi. Oh, that was too stressful. How are you, Mike? Can you hear me okay? No, I know. I just I scheduled it and then it wanted me to run my encoder and then it was just a mess and so I had to go to the webcam site. So yeah. Personally I'm a fan of the spotted one. The white one, the Minnie Mouse. That's my favorite. I think you would look good with the pink one though, John. Oh. So how are you guys doing tonight? You would. I think you look good. Maybe in a pair of hot pants too, but that's just me fantasizing. I am drinking 12-year-old scotch. And it is delicious. You should do 5 things you hate about daily vlogging, John. I mean, Mike. No, it's not fancy. It's I drink scotch because I'm poor, and so I don't drink it very fast. Nice. I planned on it. I saw that you were going to be on it earlier today. I unfortunately didn't get anybody to send me any questions. That was kind of a bummer, but I guess I can do it live. Depends on who shows up. I was thinking about doing a photograph challenge. So somebody gives me a challenge to do a certain type of photograph to take, and then I have a week to do it, and then I will do an episode about. Nice. I'd have a week to get the photo, and then do an episode about how I got the photo or whatever. What kind of CG did you do? Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Oh, okay. Like you did that in another one of your videos, right? Or were you shooting for this video? Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm trying to learn After Effects for the film that I wanted to do, which the first time I shot it, I used a crappy mic. The second time I shot it, the WAV file was corrupted. So, yeah. Not sure how that's going to work now. I got to throw something together before tomorrow. I used Blender a couple years ago. I never got the hang of it. I'd like to learn After Effects, but man, the learning curve on that one is insane. As I guess it is with all Adobe's products. If you don't live in the desert, technically you have the legal kind of grass. Oh, okay. Oh, this not being able to log into Chrome on my boom, Mike, you're a moderator now. Yay. So is John. There you go. I pay $19.99 a month for the full suite. It's not horrible. No, I understand that, but I can't log into my Google account to get to my YouTube account, which is kind of important. So the only way I can get into my I want to tell you, both of you, Mike and John, you guys both put out excellent videos today. I was very impressed. And yes, Mike, you were definitely more passionate than you were ranty. A good passionate rant is nice every now and then. What version of the products do you have, John? No problem, boss. Anytime we talk about anything we're passionate about, it's good. I find as I get older, I'm passionate about less and less stuff. Like even 10 years ago, man, I would talk politics. I would rail against the injustice of this and that, and now I don't care. What's up, Bushcraft? I'm drinking scotch. How about you? Yes. I am a fan of the whiskey, both with an E and without the E. I have found myself staying as far away from them in the last how long has it been since November? Because I like to keep friends. I'm frozen? I don't know. Am I frozen to anyone else? Hey, Em. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Whew. I swallowed that wrong. That's what I get for trying to do a bit. So what's everybody up to on this fine evening? How was your day? I love this sound. Are we still doing that? Is that still a thing? I see that. Yeah, that's how my days off usually end up. Like, I'm gonna relax today, and then I end up going to Tampa, which is like 45 miles away, and buying furniture. I don't know how that ends up happening. Family friendly, John. Oh, family friendly. If I was up north, I would want to be out in the woods a little more. Um, I live in Florida, so camping is well, you have mosquitoes trying to undo the zipper of your tent at night. So, although I got a lot of pretty photographs from being out and about, which is nice. I used to go camping all the time in the hills in Missouri in the middle of winter. It was awesome. They are quite literally. I think they're clinically insane. I think they probably need some kind of medication to sustain themselves. Like, you slap a mosquito and it grabs your hair and calls you its. Never mind. There are times I think it's like Fallout here. That they if I didn't know better, I had a spider the other day call me a chola. What part of North Carolina are you in, Em? Taking a walk with the wife? That's awesome, Mike. I need to get back out and walking again. Okay. A couple years ago, I went up to Nantahala. I'm probably shredding the name, and went river rafting up there and spent about a good week up in the woods up there, right off the Appalachian Trail. It was really nice. Yeah, I don't know where you're at, Bushcraft, but a Japanese hornet's too close to me from there. Yeah, the river is awesome. There is a photo somewhere floating around. I'll see if I can find it, of us going over the Devil's Tongue, and in the picture, I am touching nothing on earth but air. The entire, I mean, I landed back in the boat or in the raft, but it dropped out from underneath me. Appalachian? Okay. Oh, so pretty. I grew up in Illinois, which is mostly flat. I mean, I lived on a bluff line next to the Mississippi, so our hills were vertical. But then I lived in Alabama for a while, which we were right in the middle of a small mountain range. But I love the Smokies and of course the Rockies. I went out to the Rockies when I was a teenager, and I remember we were driving, and I told my dad, I said, "Wow, those really are big." And he said, "Yeah, we're still about 60 miles from them." Jeez. I guess when you grow up seeing nothing but the Smokies. So my dad was a machinist at a refinery in Illinois. I had moved to Alabama in the first disaster of a marriage I had. And he retired and moved to Florida because that's, I guess, what people do. And he called me one day and he said, "I'm bored, so I'm starting a business. And you're going to move to Florida and work with me." And I said, "That's silly, Dad. People my age don't move to Florida. We visit Disney and then go back home." And then he told me how much he'd pay me. So I moved to Florida. And the business was horrible. Don't ever work for your parents. And Mom and Dad split up. Dad moved back to Illinois. My sister, who moved down here first, moved back to Illinois. Mom passed away, so I'm the only one left down here. And while a lot of people call it paradise, most of the people who live here, they don't. Thank you, John. It's been just about 2 years from my mom, and my dad died 2 months ago. So it's been a little bit derailing to some of my goals that I talked about in my first vlog. And the Rockies, I have no other word to describe them but just awe-inspiring. It's we drove out to California and drove over them. And then I flew back by myself. And I remember flying over them and looking down, and there was a goat that I could literally see the goat, like looking at the plane like I could kill you. It was very weird. This weekend, I'm actually tomorrow tomorrow, which is Friday, I'm going to go take some pictures of the sunset at Bayonet Point, and I think I'm going to try and film my part of the meet and greet for Yankee. Excuse me. And then Saturday, I'm going to the largest farmers market in my part of Florida. It's in St. Petersburg. We're going to go down there and spend the day at the farmers market, and I'm going to shoot a video, I think, maybe. Because my whole film, or the whole thing that I planned for tomorrow, it kind of fell apart, and I don't want to stay up till like midnight trying to get something done. So I got to film guys, I'm sorry. I know I said I'd have it done today. It's not done. So now that I've got a few people in here, okay. As some of you know, I'm doing photography too. Which, by the way, this is kind of cool. So the other day I went to the Ringling Museum in Sarasota. It's the Ringling, John Ringling, of Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus. Anyway, and they have a mansion from his mansion from the 1920s, and it's called Katazan. And it is a very, very beautiful mansion. So I took some very, very pretty photographs and posted them on my Instagram, which I'll link down below. And I got a message from the Ringling today on Instagram that they wanted to use one of my shots that I took in their social media. So I was like, yeah, sweet. Yes, please. So that was a highlight of my day. That made it a pretty cool day. And I'm going to get some more shots this weekend and try and take some decent video. Isn't Stone Mountain in Georgia? Or maybe I'm thinking of something different. Or is there another Stone Mountain, Georgia? Okay. The only reason I know the Stone Mountain in Georgia is because of Wizards of the Coast. Actually, I'm sorry, not Wizards of the Coast. World of Darkness, which was the Vampire the Masquerade role-playing game back in the 90s. They were based out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. Nice. I much prefer North Carolina over Georgia. Georgia has Atlanta in it, which is horrible to drive through. Unless it's like 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. That's actually not bad. I got through Georgia in like 25 minutes. It's actually funny because like I've spent so long not being an outside type person, and all of a sudden I find myself with more interaction from like hikers and hey, happy trails, with hikers and outdoors people, and kind of makes me want to start going out and about outdoors again. Yeah, no, I was driving to Illinois, back in November, I think, and it took us 9 hours to use the bypass to get around Atlanta. 9 hours in a car. It was horrible. Yep. I don't mind flying into Atlanta, but in a car, it's kind of ridiculous. So what was your day like? Happy trails? Yeah, me too. Happy trails. You're a teacher, right? I think I paid attention to that point. My wife is a teacher. She teaches first grade. I One of my best friends is a teacher. Another one of my really good friends, his wife is a teacher. Another one of my friends, his wife is a. I hang around with a lot of teachers. It's kind of odd. Teachers and policemen. Nice. Teachers are awesome people. I love my teachers. They're very cool. I actually thought about going into teaching at one time, and then my wife got bit really hard by a kindergartner, and it left a really bad bruise. And I knew that would be the point that I would lose my job because I'd probably bite him back. Do well with kids. Yeah, he had some behavioral issues, and he chomped down on her arm and left a green bruise for about 3 weeks. I would have yeah, I would have probably either bit him back or punched him about the head and shoulders. I shouldn't be teaching children. So I went to college and got my bachelor's in anthropology, focusing on archaeology, and a minor in medieval history, and I'm a bookkeeper. Yeah. I've done a lot of different things in my life. So what I was getting back earlier. So taking the photographs is something that I'm really interested in. So I wanted to put sort of a challenge out there. Is um, I want somebody to kind of get an idea of where I'm at. So I'm in Florida. So if somebody says something like a mountain, that's going to be impossible. But I want people to give me suggestions on something that they want me to get a picture of, and it needs to be relatively challenging. I mean, if you say go take a picture of the beach, not challenging. And then I will take a week to get that picture and film the process of how I got that picture, and then reveal the picture in an episode. I thought that'd be kind of neat. No biters. No. No. A picture of an alligator. How, I have a pretty good zoom lens. How how close do you want it? What's a wombat? I'm a wombat. You can give me a thumbs up, Tyler, if you'd like. I'm about an hour outside of Orlando. I can react to videos. It's easy. You just gotta hit the smash the little thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Yeah, getting a picture of an alligator should be relatively easy. Depends on if I do it. Well, Yeah, I mean, finding them is not easy, I guess. They're kind of shy, actually. I do like alligator barbecue. Yeah, I could get shots of a couple celebrity mentions. Again, a week to find them would be hard. Yeah, you'll come across alligators every now and then. Squirrels gathers nuts. Tinga tinga. Okay, so I'm not sure where you're heading with that, Tyler. I can't actually see links because you're not a moderator. So yeah, Honda. I have no idea. No, I can't react to videos. No, I don't know. I don't know you, Tyler. Sorry, bud. We need to say goodbye there because it's just that's there you go. Bye bye. I got it. I think. I did not know that, Honda. Yeah, yeah. He's. I made him a mod because he's cool. People's like that. I booted Tyler, but that's I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't doubt that Orlando was once the capital of porn, whatever he said. Scotch is really really good. So I got an alligator, which are elusive, and celebrities, which are also elusive. Okay, I could possibly do that. I mean, like the alligator idea is great because they are elusive. So getting a picture of one would be a challenge, most definitely. My dog's trying to get in. Yeah, I know that's why I gave you a blue wrench. Natural waterfalls are are hard to find in Florida. The man-made waterfalls are all over the place. It's all right, John. Hey, it's Kiki. This is two that you made it to. I heard you had like a 2-hour meeting, right? It's okay, Happy Trails. That sounds like it sucked. 2 hours of any type of meeting sucks. So, is anybody here? Well, I know John lived here for a little while. Has anybody visited Florida lately? Dodge Rambo, yes. When it gets really rainy, you see a lot of people doing some very weird things. Well, happy trails as you get older. Yes, 2 years is lately. 2 years is like yesterday. Depending on how old you are, Em, that could be a while ago. What'd you do when you were down here, Happy? Oh, I think I just. Happy Trails and Em, are you guys family? No, okay. I'm so, hey, Wood Pigeon, I'm so confused. You did. Thank you for stopping by. What's Florida's national dish? I would probably say the Cuban, but I live in near Tampa, so I'm kind of biased that way. Harry Potter world is interesting. The topic, Wood Pigeon, is ask me anything. Get to know me a little better. And also, I'm running sort of a photo challenge, so give me an idea of something you want to see a picture of. The photo challenge is I want people to give me ideas of things to go take a picture of, and I'll pick one, and then I'll spend a week trying to get that picture, and then I'll make an episode of having to. Yeah, I have like 50 of those. Unfortunately, I mean, I can do. I live on the Gulf, so it's about 10 minutes from me to just take a picture. I had actually thought about doing that one a while back. Um, I don't have a like a passion for black and white. Maybe I just don't shoot enough in black and white. Okay, that's very specific. Um, it'll probably be a month or two before I can get over to Cape Canaveral. I just took this big trip to I just took this big trip to Sarasota and spent a lot of money. Um, but I'm not in Canada, so how would I get a Tim Hortons cup? That's all right, Kiki. I'm edible. We don't have Tim Hortons in in Florida. I could do that. There's enough of them. God knows my niece's cat. Well, every time she goes in heat, I have like 15,000 cats on my front porch. Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, I think we do. I like your thinking, Happy. I'm gonna have to buy more scotch though. You got to get the right glass though. Like you got to get one that's nice and rounded and really clear glass. That would be awesome. It would give a nice tint to the picture. Bork. That like Mork and Mindy. Ooh, nice. Yes, KO Cakes is that's Kiki. She's from the YouTube Kin YT Kin Discord server. She's awesome. You should definitely go check out KO Cakes. Discord is it was originally designed as a chat program for gamers. But it's sort of like there's that group on Twitter. It's like that, except it's devoted, and you can do all kinds of weird things with it. Jack Daniels is just rip off of Scotch. Yeah, I said it. Kentucky bourbon is the poor man's Scotch. Yeah, but it's from a town called Lynchburg. Lynchburg. Let's separate those two words for a second and just focus on the first one. Lynch. Nice. That's all right. I know. I used to live in a town. The town I lived in Alabama called Clanton. Clanton, Alabama. And that's because they shorted it and took out a W and changed it from a K to a C. A little bit. Nope. Clanton. Clantown. No lie, it is about 15 miles from Browntown and White City. Those are two places that exist in the world, and it's in Alabama. Alabama is beautiful. The problem is it's full of people. I'm not trying to offend anybody who lives in Alabama. There are a handful of you that I really like. Don't go. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna finish off the scotch, and where do you live out in Missouri? I think I asked you that earlier, didn't I? Okay, so happy. If I said Alton, Illinois, you'd at least have an idea of where I'm talking about. Oh, Fast Eddie's. Oh, Fast Eddie's. Alton, Illinois is where I'm from. So, yeah, I spent many, many, many nights at Fast Eddie's. They're making a left turn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I promise not to make fun of NASCAR anymore after my dad died because he was a big fan. But one of my best friends lives in St. Charles County. Okay, they're making a left turn. They're making another left turn. If you ain't first, you're last. It's kind of funny when I went up to visit my dad. Well, when I went up when my dad died, a friend of mine, he picked me up from the airport, and he's like, "Are you thinking about moving back?" And I said, "I thought about it." And he goes, "Just don't move to Illinois." He's like, the taxes are terrible. The governor's constantly, getting subpoenaed or arrested or whatever. Ooh, is he okay? Yeah, he's a kid. They have soft skeletons. And anyway, but he's telling me this while we're driving, and as he's telling me this, the radio starts talking about how the Missouri governor was indicted, which I thought was interesting. Kiki's, you all right? Well, I would hope since you're still commenting on the video, he's okay. For God's sake, woman, if he's not, take care of him. Okay, so yeah, maybe the scotch is getting to me a little bit. Little ones can take some punishment. That sounded horrible. I do not condone abusing children. No, that is my wife's pink purse, but this room was at first my wife's craft room, and then it became a storage room, and now it's my studio. So this is true. John would look good with the pink purse. And they're more flexible. I am a 42-year-old man. I am not flexible at all. My joints have joints that hurt. Yeah. So, just to kind of wrap up, a little bit about me. I am an anthropologist by training, a bookkeeper by getting paid. I love medieval history. I love archaeology. I've done archaeological digs in 2 different places in Florida. You're okay, Happy. I would get up and walk over there, Wood Pigeon, but I've had a bit of scotch. It absolutely is. There's something about holding history in your hands and trying to understand what it is, or what it was, is absolutely amazing. I grew up just outside of Cahokia Mounds, and we used to go there every year for a field trip, and it was just mind-boggling. I really like, my focus on history is the Crusading period, which is fun, but it's not really an American thing. So before life happened, one of my plans was to move to England. Hulk smash! Or gently tap it if that's your kink. I don't care. When Happy Trails, fun story. When I first started going to Cahokia Mounds, the museum was a 1-room little building, and to get to Monk's Mound, you had to walk through this huge field that was overgrown, and it was all wooden steps that were falling apart. So it was it was like that for most of my younger years, and then when I went back a couple years ago, I'm like, holy crap, this place is amazing. Yes, it is. I went 2 years ago. We went and visited, and I was trying to explain to my wife that, hey, from up here you can see where I lived and where my friend lives, and St. Louis is over there. See that thing? That's the arch. So it was really cool. I growing up where I grew up, if you kicked a rock, you were likely to find like 3 or 4 arrowheads. I found, and it's actually interesting, is a cow skull. Well, I don't know if it was a cow. I don't know. I was like 7, 8. No, I was like 10. Anyway, we were digging and we found the remains of a some kind of animal skull with what was left of an arrowhead embedded in the skull. Now, excuse me, if I would have found that after I went through college, it would have been a whole different. But I took it home and kept it in a shoebox. I had a shoebox full of arrowheads and stuff when I was younger. Wish I knew where that was now. Sorry, quiet. I was trying to catch up on the chat. I want candy too. You flint nap? I am jealous, Wood Pigeon. That is a skill that I don't have the fingertips for that. I tried it once and bled for like a week. Like I got a flint splinter, shard, sliver, whatever you want to call it, through the leather glove that I was wearing. It was ow. I was not happy. But yeah, like I have some people that I know that do experimental archaeology, where they do that. They do stone and flint and you recreate the tools, and it is insane. I am definitely more of an academic and digging in the dirt type person. Well, scotch is gone. And I do have an Instagram. It is Michael_Fay, FAY_Vitelli. I will put it in the description below. I was telling everybody earlier that a picture I took at the Ringling Museum, the Ringling actually contacted me and wants to use one of my pictures on their social media. So, yay! I will definitely just comment when this is all done. Comment or put it in the chat or whatever your Instagram, and I'll find you. Sweet. Yeah, John, it is. I was speechless. I was like, because they're like, hey, we saw this picture on your Instagram. We really love it. Can we use it in our social media? We'll give you full credit, of course. I'm like, yes, please. Nice. I am so jealous of people that have that type of creative skill. I can doodle and I can paint a little and I can do apparently okay photographs, but when it comes to like physical stuff, I've never been dexterous enough, which is funny because yeah. So here's your useless medieval fact of the day. Ooh, I'd like that. So, left hand was your sinister. Right hand is your dexter. Okay. So the idea of the word sinister comes from people who were left-handed. If you were left-handed, it didn't matter where you were in the royalty, you could not become a knight because you would have to wear your shield on the opposite arm. Therefore, you wouldn't be able to protect the person that you were standing rank to, and it would also throw off people that you were fighting against. Yes, that was an okay TV series and a weird set of books. So if someone is dexterous, it generally meant their right hand. But if someone was sinister, it meant they were left-handed. I actually had a teacher try and force me to not use my left hand when I was younger. That didn't work out well for her. Yeah, I taught Western martial arts for a number of years, sword and shield and fighting like that. And whenever you would have the martial, it would be on my sinister and on my dexter. Yes, I am left-handed, which is where, well, no. So I have when I used to do drawing, illustrating, I was bad hand designs. So bad hand, because the left is the bad hand. I think it's cool. Etymology and the root of words is another like little passion of mine. And I'm full of useless medieval knowledge like that. So, but guys, my scotch is gone. I need to head to the bed. Okay, you take care of the baby. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope this was relatively entertaining. I prefer a long curve. I mean, a long bow if I'm not going to shoot a recurve. Short bows, I have little Tyrannosaurus arms, like so a long bow gives me an ability to stretch. Also, it's the English in me. Anywho, so I'm gonna go now, and I love you guys. If you haven't tapped that little subscribe button, I mean the like button, that would be cool. If you want to subscribe, that would be cool too. And I hope this is relatively entertaining. And you're the chat audience. I'm the Wombat. And until we talk again, have a good time, guys.